1948, December 28, Douglas DC-3, NC, 16002 lost with 3 crew and 29 passengers, en route from San Juan, Puerto Rico, to Miami, Florida. The disappearance of a Douglas DC-3 airliner, registered NC, 16002, occurred on the night of 28 December 1948 near the end of a scheduled flight from San Juan, Puerto Rico to Miami, Florida. No trace of the aircraft, or the 32 people on board, was ever found. A Civil Aeronautics Board investigation found there was insufficient information available on which to determine probable cause of the disappearance, and it remains unsolved. Captained by pilot Robert Lindquist, assisted by co-pilot Ernest Hill and stewardess Mary Burke, the aircraft ended its Miami to San Juan leg at 1940 EST on 27 December. Lindquist informed local repair crewmen that a landing gear warning light was not functioning and that the aircraft batteries were discharged and low on water. Unwilling to delay the aircraft's scheduled takeoff for Miami for several hours, Lindquist said the batteries would be recharged by the aircraft's generators en route. Lindquist taxied NC 16002 to the end of runway 27 for takeoff, but stopped at the end of the apron due to lack of two-way radio communication. Although capable of receiving, Lindquist reported to the head of Puerto Rican transport, who had driven out to the aircraft, that the radio could not transmit because of the low batteries. After agreeing to stay close to San Juan until they were recharged enough to allow two-way contact, NC 16002 finally lifted off at 22:03. After circling the city for 11 minutes, Lindquist received confirmation from Civil Aeronautics Administration, CAA, at San Juan and told the tower that they were proceeding to Miami on a previous flight plan. The weather was fine with high visibility, but the aircraft did not respond to subsequent calls from San Juan. At 23:23, the Overseas Foreign Air Route Traffic Control Center at Miami heard a routine transmission from NC 16002, wherein Lindquist reported they were at 8,300 feet, 2,500 meters, and had an ETA of 04:03. His message placed the flight about 700 miles, 1,100 kilometers, from Miami. Transmissions were heard sporadically throughout the night by Miami, but all were routine. At 04:13, Lindquist reported he was 50 miles, 80 kilometers, south of Miami. The transmission was not heard at Miami but was monitored at New Orleans, Louisiana, some 600 miles, 970 kilometers, away, and was relayed to Miami. The accident investigation report issued by the Civil Aeronautics Board, CAB, said the pilot may have incorrectly reported his position. At this time the plane only had enough fuel for 1 hour and 20 minutes of flying time left. Miami weather was clear, but the wind had moved from northwest to northeast. The accident investigation report said that Miami transmitted the wind change information, but neither Miami nor New Orleans was able to contact the flight. It is therefore unknown whether NC 16002 received the information. Without this knowledge the aircraft could have drifted 40 to 50 miles, 64 to 80 kilometers, off course, which widened the search area to include hills in Cuba, the Everglades and even Gulf of Mexico waters. On 4 January 1949, 2 bodies were found 80 to 90 kilometers, 50 to 56 miles, south of Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. It is unknown if this was connected to the missing plane. Since the last message from the missing DC-3 was heard not in Miami but New Orleans, if the bodies did come from the missing plane it could indicate the missing plane actually went down somewhere in the Straits of Florida between Florida and Cuba. Nothing further was heard from Lindquist and the aircraft has never been found. In subsequent years, researchers into unexplained disappearances have included the flight among others said to have disappeared in what came to be termed the Bermuda Triangle. A plane similar to the DC-3 has been found by divers in the Bermuda Triangle. It is possible that this is the lost aircraft, but this has not been verified.